Hello and welcome to the Whisky.com news on the 19th of April. And we have a number of very interesting news. The first one is from Ardbeg. They have jumped on the hype train of NFT, the non-fungible token. But there is a bit background behind that. You don't have to go with a non-fungible token. You can actually trade it in for a real whiskey. But let me tell you a story. The new whiskey is called Fon Fhòid. That's below the grass in Gaelic. And Mickey Heads wanted to know what happens to a whiskey that is matured in a surrounding that has no oxygen and is watery and swampy. So what he did is he took a spade and he dug a hole, or actually two holes, or one bigger hole, and dumped two ex-bourbon barrels that have probably already been matured for quite a time. And then he dumped these two barrels in and buried them. For 2 years and 10 months, these casks have been waiting in the moors. And now they've been dug up and filled into 456 bottles. And now these bottles are actually sold digitally as non-fungible tokens. And when you buy one of these tokens, you can actually trade it in for a real bottle. Or you can trade the non-fungible token. They rise in price quite heavily because of some trend right now. Well, it'd be really interesting in trying the whiskey though. Yeah. Next up is the Macallan Distil Your World, the New York edition. It's a Macallan with a corporation of a restaurant, the El Celle del Can Rosa, which is, or Roca? I'm not quite sure. It's not my language. A very, very good restaurant that has been awarded the best restaurant of the world by Michelin, the French tire company that then gave out these best restaurants awards, and they are really renowned for it. So getting two best restaurant of the world awards is really extraordinary. So they're really good, and in cooperation with them they built this new whiskey of 6 European and American oak casks. You get a new white box with a map of New York, and it's all very limited. And the 07 bottle or 07.5 bottle in the United States costs between $4,200 and $4,500 US, depending where you buy it. Then we have the Glencadam American Oak Reserve. This new whiskey is actually a standard bottle of the new core range of Glencadam, and it's kind of the entry-level whiskey now for Glencadam. It's lightly fruity, non-chill filtered, non-colored, 40%, 0.7 liters. Glencadam whiskey, a really nice one. Then we have kind of someone who tries a record with whiskey. I don't think he will drink that much whiskey, but there is a cyclist who wants to visit all the Scottish distilleries. It's outdoor instructor Robert Richardson. He wants to go 2,000 miles along in Scotland alone, but he's open for people joining him on the way. His journey starts on the 12th of May at Blackforest in the south of Scotland, and he wants to go around the whole country and end with Saxa Ward, the Saxa Ward distillery up in the north. He wants to do it for 6 to 7 weeks, and he wants to visit all the distilleries. Not quite very well defined. Are all open distilleries or all still not demolished distilleries, mothball distilleries? I'm not quite sure. So does he want to go in there or just drive past them? But it's a nice trip, and then he wants to do it for a good for charity. So he wants to raise some money for charity as well, and he wants to raise £10,000 for Scottish regions of cash for kids. So kids around in Scotland, it sounds like that, who get help, like orphans or something like that. And then we have the Scotland's charity for air ambulance, which sounds, for the far regions, it's air ambulance is kind of the thing that should be there. So all good luck to Robert, and have a nice time. But he will almost certainly have it. Then we go over to the United States. The Rossville Union 2022 Barrel Proof Straight Rye Whiskey, 7 years old. Long name for a new whiskey. It's the first bottling with an age statement from Rossville. Limited to 18,000 bottles, so quite a substantial number of bottles there. And the price point should be around $70. Then we have an expansions. Yes, this week we don't have a new distillery, but we have a distillery expansion by the Bardstown Bourbon. They want to invest 28 million US dollars into the expansion, and they want to increase their capacity by 55,000 casks per year. That's quite an amount. Yeah, 15,000 square meters, new area for fermenters, new distillery column, new hot water tanks, boilers, everything they need. It's basically a new distillery, but it's an expansion officially. And I really like that, because more whiskey equals more whiskey supply, and that keeps the prices of whiskey under control, let's say that way. Then we go over to the Czech Republic. Yeah, they have the Gold Cock Distillery. They're doing a bit of a new range of their whiskies. They are discontinuing the 3 and the 12-year-old, which was their core range. And they're now doing a whole new range with new design and new bottlings coming up, which sounds quite good. Then we go over to the Blackforest in Germany, the Schwarzwald. And they want to have a blended Blackforest, 3 years old, 70% malt. So pretty good with German oak, American oak, bourbon cask, and other casks as well. And sounds quite innovative, let's say that way. Haven't tried it yet, so I'm still very excited about it. And then they have the single malt, 100% malt from 7 casks, 3 years old, and a little bit of a smoky whiskey as well. Yeah. So that was it for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.